Hey guys, what's up? Josh Short here. This video is on apps for learning Vietnamese, specifically Duolingo versus Mango Languages. This is my channel, Short on Miles, and this is part of a series I'm calling Learn Vietnamese Weekly, where each week I tackle a new topic about learning Vietnamese while I learn Vietnamese. I am a new Vietnamese language learner, and I am not an expert. Not yet, at least. And I want to share my journey of learning Vietnamese so I can help others do the same. And one day I will be an expert. Watch this channel and see my progression as I do that. So this week we're going to focus on Duolingo versus Mango Languages, and these are different apps for your phone, or you can use them on the computer to learn Vietnamese. Using an app, I feel like, is kind of the easiest way to get introduced with a language. You can listen to CDs, or you can buy a program like Rosetta Stone or something like that. But Duolingo and Mango Languages are things you can get from the App Store and just start learning Vietnamese right away without having to go to the library or anything like that. There are a number of other applications out there besides Duolingo and Mango Languages, but I have found these two work the best, or they're the most kind of complete options for you. If you have other examples or other suggestions, please leave them in the comments below, and maybe I will review them at a later date. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with Duolingo, and here's some things I like about it. So first off, it's super intuitive to use. You just click a lesson and it begins. So I'll just pull it up on my phone, and here's Duolingo. Not sure how well you can see it. And if I select a lesson, hit start, and it gives me something to do. So this is translate this sentence, toi la toi. So that is, I am me. Check it, and hey, I'm correct. Hit the next one, and here's the next exercise. Besides it being intuitive to use, the lessons are also very short. They probably take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes at the most. And the way that a lesson works, if you keep getting questions right, you progress through it a lot quicker. If you get it wrong, you kind of take a step backward. So instead of answering, let's say, 12 or 15 questions right, if you start getting them wrong, you might have to answer 20 or 23 questions right, depending on how many you get wrong. Another thing I like about Duolingo is that you can bounce between topics. So here we're back on the home screen, and here's all the different ones we can do. And you have to pass a certain amount in order to take new ones. So like these gray ones here, I can't do them yet. I need to take all the rest of them above. And there's quite a bit of these. So I feel like Duolingo does kind of have a longevity to it, something that will probably take me a few months to work my way through before I have to start worrying about kind of what is the next step. So this is something that is different in Mango Languages, which I'll get into in a few minutes. And my last pro about Duolingo is that it is completely free. There's a little ad that pops up when you're done with a lesson. So you have to click the little X, but hey, come on. I mean, if that's all you got to do, you probably need to do that just to watch this YouTube video. So it's for being free, you can't beat it. All right, so cons. There are a lot of z's in Duolingo. So the is not something that is really said in Southern Vietnamese, which is the dialect that I'm learning. And there aren't that many options for learning Southern Vietnamese in particular. So that is a struggle if you're trying to learn Southern Vietnamese like I am. But I'm kind of at the point where I know the z's aren't correct. And there's other things, just different words, like tao for apple. Apparently, people in Southern Vietnam don't say tao for apple; they say something else. So my wife gets to yell at me when I say something wrong or say a z. But I'm working my way through with that issue, but it's not a deal breaker for me yet. All right, so another kind of a con. The app doesn't exactly match the website experience. So if you're on a desktop, computer, or a laptop, or whatever. Here, we're now on the Duolingo page, and I'm logged in. So this is basically what it looks like on my phone. Here's all the lessons you can see that I probably wasn't able to scroll through nicely on my phone. All right, and when we click on a lesson, on the website, here is this little light bulb icon, which I actually didn't learn about till researching what I was going to talk about in today's video. So this isn't even an option on the app, at least from what I can tell. So if you click on this little light bulb icon, it walks you through what is going to be taught in that lesson, which is something that would be really helpful, because when you're using your phone, you just kind of jump into the exercises and it doesn't really teach you anything. You just kind of learn as you go, as you make mistakes. You learn what things are called, and you just kind of infer how things are supposed to be, which is completely different from Mango languages. So I don't even know how I stumbled upon Mango, but the pros. Mango explains things very, very, very well. It really does a good job of teaching you things. As you take a lesson, it will give you lead up, unlike Duolingo, and it will give you instruction on this is how things are said this way and why. Basically, all the success I've had taking my lessons on Duolingo for the past week or so, I know that I've done really well on them because of what I've learned taking the Mango Languages program, or most of the program, which I'll get into my kind of status with that in a minute. So Mango Languages explains things really, really well. Let's take a look at that real quick. So here's what Mango looks like on the computer. And let's go into a lesson. All right, let's just pick up where I stopped. So this is where I got to. I took lessons 1 through 6, and now I'm on lesson 7. And at the beginning of the lesson, it tells you this is what we're going to learn about. And it's pretty intuitive, and it's the same exact experience that you're going to find here, except for you click instead of using your finger to tap. So you go to the next screen. So this is the Mango Languages experience. So here's a good example of how Mango Languages explains things. It'll give you a grammar note and say, hey, did you notice this? Or it'll flat out tell you, hey, you are supposed to say it this way. And something else I like about Mango Languages is even though it does do the thes and whatever that I talked about in the Northern dialect in the Duolingo section, it will tell you how you would pronounce it in Southern Vietnamese for the most part. Not for everything, but it'll at least tell you and kind of gives me a fighting chance to know those differences. Just like Duolingo, Mango Languages is completely free if you're able to take it through your library. And I will put this link in the description below, and you can type in your zip code to find out if your library is connected with Mango Languages. I think there's a ton of them out there. So especially if you're in the United States, and you have a library card, which you should, because library is a great resource for so many things, you can take Mango Languages for free through the library. If not, I think it's like $20 a month or something like that, which might be too much if you're just starting out and you're not really that serious about learning Vietnamese. But if you can get it for free, I would really recommend it. Something that I don't like about Duo Languages is that the lessons are pretty long. They probably take me 15 to 20 minutes to get through, and when I just want to just check something off my to-do list, when I could just take a Duolingo lesson that will take me 5 minutes, I might not want to take the Mango language lesson because it's going to take so long. And that's kind of why I stopped doing it. I just kind of got frustrated, and after like 2 weeks of not taking a lesson, I couldn't really just pick back up where I was. I kind of lost a lot of that momentum and a lot of what I learned in that lesson. It was just pretty frustrating. So that's why I kind of made it only through chapter 7. But another con about Mango is that, as you can see, it only goes up to chapter 10. So after those 10 chapters, I don't really know where to go from there with Mango, at least. Would I start something new like Duolingo, but then would I just start at the very top and work my way down like I'm actually doing right now? I don't know. So the limited content, that's kind of that's a downer for me. However, back to the main pro of Mango is that it explains things so well, and it actually teaches you a heck of a lot better than Duolingo does. So maybe going at a combo approach, tackling them both. If you really want to do that, tackle both apps at the same time. All the more power to you. But to sum it all up, you're not going to go wrong with either one. It's kind of, I guess, how you want to learn. Try them both out for yourself, kind of like I'm doing myself. In this video series, Learn Vietnamese Weekly, as well as going into a topic each week, I'm also trying to keep myself accountable for what I am learning in Vietnamese for the past week. So I started on Duolingo about a week ago, maybe more like 8 or 9 days ago, and you saw on my phone when I showed you earlier basically how much I've taken. So here I'm at basics, alphabet 1, and a couple of these. So here's where I am. I just finished basics 2, the first one. I completely forgot something. Something else I like about Duolingo, it's actually pretty new and they just added this. When you take and pass a lesson, like this alphabet one, you see the little 1 crown next to it. You can keep taking that lesson over again, and you take it a number of times, and you might get this 2 crowns. So you basically level up. Basically, I've been cranking away at these for the past week, and for the next week, I'm going to keep cranking away at these. I don't really have a set goal of how many I want to get done, but the daily habit of practicing every single day, at least one lesson, more like 4 or 5 most days. But things happen. Weekends, want to go out and whatnot. So as long as I get 1 in a day, I'm going to be completely happy. Thank you so much for watching this video. I come out with a new video each week on learning Vietnamese. I would love it if you could subscribe to this channel if you want to get notified about new videos. Please give this video a share if you can. This channel is still very, very new, but I'm very, very dedicated to for the long haul for this. So if you can share it and get some more people in here, give me some more topics to talk about and riff on for next week's video or for future videos, I would love that. If you have any thoughts on your own on Mango Languages or Duolingo or any of the apps or anything I talked about here or anything about learning Vietnamese, leave a comment below and I will get back to you. I will read every comment and respond to the best that I can for anything you leave down below. All right, guys, that's it, and I will see you next week.